Hello and welcome back to the Zero Strategy Podcast. Thank you so much for joining us. I'm joined today by my co-hosts, Grogmode
Hello.
and Sir Hubs.
Hey, Sir Humps is here, y'all. What up?
My name's Connie Fly. Grog, how you been, man? What you been up to?
Pretty good. Nothing really different this week than the week before. We keep having some really great. Well, actually, that's not true. Last week we had a really great session for Mothership, which is a tabletop RPG that I do on Thursdays. Ginger has her character, I should specify, has a skull fracture, and she's been shot in the ribs.
That doesn't sound
clarified.
I'm glad I clarified. That way, no one's concerned that Ginger. Oh, and she also has.
Has anyone heard from Ginger today? Should we be worried?
Just like Ginger's got hepatitis. Let me clarify. Her character.
She has 1d10 rounds to live, so she has 2 rounds to live. If they don't get her into like some sort of med bay soon, she's gonna die. I will say, in our story, it was a bit funny because Doc, our doctor, is played by Hawk Ninja, friend of the channel, and he was trying to deal with 2 people that had basically been in space without a vac suit. And so I explained, like, well, if you don't, like within about 10 to 15 seconds, your lungs collapse.
You gotta start breathing out. You'll be all right. You can do like 30 seconds. You'll be all right.
Well, they were over the course of their exposure, we clocked it because each round is 10 seconds. Yeah. So I was like, yeah, they've been exposed for about a minute and a half now. Oh, yeah. And I talked about how like the water in their body had vaporized, and like they were bloated. And when they came in, and he looked at them and he said, "I'm just gonna grab a white sheet and put it over the first one." And I was like, "You're not gonna try to do any sort of resuscitation or CPR or anything." He's like, well, the sheet will do for now.
Yeah. So wait, a round is 10 seconds.
Yeah.
And Ginger has 2 rounds to live.
Roughly.
I mean, we're gonna stretch that out maybe a little bit.
I'm just trying to clarify.
Yeah, this is the part of the game where, like, where you're playing Hangman and you start adding fingers to give him a little chance.
Yeah. I will say that Hawk, being the person who's likely going to have to administer that aid, doesn't give me high hopes for her survival. So we'll just have to see how that goes. But yeah, this week's been good. I'm looking forward to this coming week because season 12 of Apex launches, and that should be cool. And there's a new legend.
Let's hope the servers hold up on Tuesday.
They're not.
Well, they
did last time. They did last time.
Historically, they have not been good. Historically, but
not so hot.
Season 11, actually, they did fine.
Yeah, they did.
That was like the first time in a while that they kind of nailed it.
This is gonna be season what again?
12.
Okay, so they did kind of hash some shit up for season 11. Okay.
Yeah, season 10.
We'll see.
Season 10, the game was unplayable for 2 weeks. Season 11, they got their shit together. Season 12, who knows?
Yeah. But otherwise, this week's good, and I'm looking forward to next. Humps, what about you?
Oh, I'm still on that grind. You know what I mean? I'm on the hustle, as they say. My head to the headstone. Doing the thing, playing Destiny 2.
A headstone is just a grave, right?
Yeah, I know. Sometimes.
Yeah, I was a little concerned when he said that. I was like, maybe we need to have an intervention or.
No, we're good on that. We're good on that.
I believe it's nose to the grindstone.
Nose to the grinds, nose to my own headstone at one point. I've been, rocking them streams out still. I'm on the daily over a month now. Well, Monday through Friday anyway. Not 7 days. I'm not a freaking animal. You know what I mean? But
you're not Frostbolt.
I'm not Frostbolt. Yeah. In more ways than that.
We know.
Okay. All right. Okay. Yeah. All right.
Well, I'm sure we'll get to it momentarily, but somebody else amongst us has had some gains that I'm sure they're going to be proud to crow about. So
yeah, I know. But yeah, so we're still doing the Destiny 2s. I've currently been editing this morning, and still have never closed the program, so it's still looking at it. Editing a funny little video montage looking thing. I'm excited to show it to the world and for everyone to see my comedic prowess.
I mean, it looks good. If this is the same video that we saw,
Yeah.
Connie and I saw a preview of last week.
Yeah.
Yeah, it looks good.
And I've actually uploaded some stuff to my TikTok. You guys, look a couple TikTok clips. I actually keep remembering to mark it on my Twitch, and so I'll go back for the highlights and see my marks. And so I've actually been storing some clips and stuff for TikToks, and then I uploaded one to YouTube. Oh, well, I'm uploaded both
Nice.
to YouTube, the shorts, obviously. Come on. So I put it up on YouTube, and it got like 1,100 views in like 6 hours, dude. It was like
That's
my first
awesome.
one that actually got a lot of views. Everything else gets like 6, 10, whatever. But like, I was like, damn! I saw this in like, it was like 20 minutes. And it was like up to like 300 and something. I was like, hey, what the hell's going on now? what did I do? Huh?
And
What's going on?
as we said once before on the channel, a good tip for anyone who's trying to do this is exactly as Humps is that make a key. You can make a hotkey on your keyboard, or make a hotkey if you have like a Stream Deck, and just you can drop a highlight on your timeline. It like, so live, something cool happens, you pop off, you get an ace, you know, like dunk on somebody, you hit the button, it'll literally just leave on your timeline for the VOD, little mark. And it's as easy as literally just go into your dashboard, popping open your video producer, opening the VOD, scrubbing right to it, and then just make a clip right there. You don't have to. I mean, the benefit of that versus the auto clipping, I think, is that way you can control exactly when it starts and stops. It's not just like an arbitrary 30 seconds. So yeah, that's cool, Humps.
It's been good. Been digging it, and taking the little Skillshare thing, and it's been helping me learn.
Yeah, I heard your Skillshare is like on a family plan or something right now, right?
Yeah. There's like a family plan going on with that for sure. Yeah. Anyway, Condi, what have you been up to, brother?
A lot. I've been busy this week, actually. My biggest achievement: 6 days no vaping.
Hey.
Oh yeah.
I feel like I'm eating way more. I'm probably drinking a lot more caffeine. I just coffee and energy drinks all day. I've went through 60 pieces of gum in like a day, 2 days. Like, I'm struggling, but 6 days, no vaping, no nicotine at all.
I mean, at this point, it's just like an oral fixation you have, right?
Yeah, I think so.
Yeah.
You need me to fly back out there.
Yeah, I was actually like unrelated. I got
I
in a
think
call.
you'd be raw at a certain point.
Oh my goodness.
Unrelated, but like I got into a call with Humps in Discord yesterday, and just a voice call, and I'm like, he's like, hey, how you doing? I'm like, yeah, you know, it's day 5. Like, I'm really struggling. And he goes, oh yeah? Takes a huge hit of his vape right into the microphone. I was like, gee, thanks, man.
That's the kind of friend I am. You know what I mean? Like, I take a while for Pete to like grow on people, but once I get my hooks in you, and you know, the shit I do, it might be annoying at first or all the time, but at least we have fun. You know what I mean? Like, it's always, that's what's intended. That's what you understand. Once you just get on
We
the
have
gooey
fun.
insides.
I mean,
We
the
have
thing
fun.
is,
We have
Connie,
fun.
he's really just breaking you down to build you up, right?
Exactly.
When is the building
in
gonna
boot camp.
begin?
That's what they do. It's all about this is like the long game brainwashing. You know what I mean? It's just like I just slowly break you down.
Just gaslighting
that
the
I
absolute
can-
shit out of me.
yeah, that's what it is. I struggle with it. Like, I'm like, am I making friends or am I like making friends? You know what I mean? Like, am I
Manufacturing
just, like, having,
friends.
exactly?
Like a
am I just like
Stockholm
on some
syndrome kind of deal.
some sort of like S tier manipulation that I'm just like not even aware that's happening? Like, that just is who I is. You know what I mean? Like, I think about that all the time.
Anywho, no, like legitimately, I've done. I feel like I've done everything I can to distract myself. It's actually been kind of nice because I've been working more. I like streamed for like 11 hours the other day because it was like just helping to keep my mind off of the vaping. So,
And that was a good stream for you.
it was fun. It was a good day. We played Valorant and yeah, we did all sorts of things. But yeah, it's been super nice. Other than that, yesterday I took the day off stream. I think because of the just constant urge, like as soon as I sit down on my couch and put the TV on, I want to reach for the
This is a
vape.
comfy couch, by the way.
Humps knows.
Yeah, dude.
As soon as I sit down, I want to go for the vape, but I can't. So I need to. I've been basically just trying to keep myself busy, and streaming's been great, and I've just been like streaming like every day. Yesterday was the first day I took off because I was like, oh, I need to catch up on editing and stuff, and yesterday sucked because like Premiere is fucking boring to look at the most, like at the best of times, and I had a rough day trying to avoid it. But again, the good thing is I threw away all of my vaping stuff. So even no matter how pathetic and weak-willed I am, there's nothing I can do about it. I'd have to physically go out to a shop somewhere and buy all the new shit again.
Which in your mind, you know exactly which shop it is and how long
yeah.
it'll take you to get there.
Absolutely, I do. Absolutely, but I'm too lazy.
The best.
That's always a good one.
I was gonna say if you
Not
weren't
wanting to go
lazy, the
outside.
best thing you could do would be to just like make up a photocopy at like the copy shop and just like say, "Can I hang this in your window?" You know, facing inwards and just saying, "Don't sell vapes to this man." You know,
Just get on a t-shirt and just walk around. Yeah.
That's what's up.
I can't
buy that
be
shirt.
trusted with myself. Don't sell me vape products.
Exactly. But yeah, no, and I'm sticking with it. I'm hoping week 2 is gonna get a little easier. Other than that, yeah, I was productive as hell yesterday. I did a full video for YouTube. I finally finished my Jump King video, which it's not clickbait. I titled it "How I Beat the Hardest Video Game in the World."
Yeah, definitely not clickbait.
Not clickbait.
But you did put 12 hours up there on the title card.
in the
so
thumbnail,
that's
yeah.
honest. Yeah.
I felt like it
Any,
needed something.
any comments yet about like I beat it in 10?
I haven't looked today, to be honest.
Oh.
Hopefully not, but I don't know. I mean, it's legitimately my new favorite hobby is just going to Jump King directories on Twitch and just watching people that are playing for the first time. All smug. I sit there and I'm like, they fell at that jump. Pathetic.
Peasants.
That's my new favorite thing. But yeah, I did
Yeah,
tons
this is
of.
the Condi. This is the real Condi. This is the real Condi. Everyone just knows his little stream Condi. This is the real behind the scenes Condi fly.
Yeah.
In my mind's eye, you're just holding a brandy snifter, just swirling it,
watching Jump King streams on Twitch.
just like with one of your cats in your lap, just like petting them.
Fire going.
Yes.
It's exactly
Handle
it.
it.
I also started using Hover again this week, which I wanted to talk a little bit about.
Dude, and since you told me about that, never heard of it, which you're gonna talk about it. So if you've never heard of that as well, audience, you're about to find out it. But
We have.
He was
we've
mentioning it.
literally
We've
spoken
talked about it on the podcast.
So
yeah. I don't remember this
Like a
shit.
year
Yeah.
ago, though. Yeah.
But like, since you mentioned it to me, I've seen 2 posts on Twitter that come up. Someone posting that they posted to Hover or whatever.
yeah,
But so it's weird how that. I don't know, whatever the fuck it's called. Anyway, carry on.
yeah. So
Serendipity.
real quick before we jump into our other topics, Hover is basically TikTok, but it's designed for streamers. So the idea is that you post your clips on there, people can browse them. There's an algorithm, but it's also kind of linked up so that, you know, if you like a clip, there's a button right there on the clip to go to their Twitch page and follow them. And what's cool about it is it also will tell you. So like I'll have like today, for example, I ended stream and I had a little Hover notification that says this user visited your channel, because it will actually notify you if someone clicks that button and comes to check out your Twitch channel, which is kind of cool. Now, we spoke about Hover a while ago, like a year ago, roughly,
I
and
remember.
I was not kind to Hover. I was quite harsh on them because I felt like what is really
That's just who you are.
well, yeah, because I'm just a mean-spirited, nasty guy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, go.
But
on.
I also felt like, you know, okay, this is like an app where you're out there, because the whole point, I mean, as a content creator, right, for us, TikTok and YouTube are seen as, let's put our content out there to hopefully get new eyes on our content, right? It's there to try and build an audience. And it felt like if the only people on Hover are other streamers, is there really an audience on there to capture with your content?
Which is a sensible argument. Yeah.
I was like, the reason I stopped posting, and I only posted 2 or 3 videos on there, and then I stopped. The phrase that I kept coming to my mind was just circle jerk. It's like, it feels like that's not going to get anyone anywhere, and I stopped using it. Now, also, the app was kind of shitty. You know, again, on TikTok, the beauty of it is you could just scroll. Hover was just shit. Like, I'm trying to watch a video, it takes forever to load, and then once it's loaded, I try and go to the next one, and it doesn't load quick. It's slow. And that put me off immediately, so I stopped using it. Anyway, fast forward to like now, I've seen a lot of people on Twitter talking about Hover again. I have friends saying, yeah, oh, I've been having a great time on Hover. I've been enjoying it.
Did they change the interface at all? I mean, has some of those impediments like been fixed? Like, does it work
better.
differently?
It's still not as smooth an experience as TikTok, right?
Okay.
Maybe also, you see, the other thing as well is I'm also on a kind of a shitty old phone now because my actual phone broke. So we're on an old one. And also, I don't have the best internet in the world. But TikTok works great for me. As soon as I move over to Hover, it's still awkward. It still doesn't really... It doesn't make me want to stay on Hover. It makes me want to close Hover and go and open up TikTok because like it's a little bit frustrating.
So do you have to have a Twitch account to make a Hover account?
Don't know. You do.
I mean, what if people just want to find like, well, these are TikToks and stuff. You can find a bunch of stuff on TikTok, but if they know Hover's like a dedicated streamer platform, you know, they can just go there, kind of scroll through potential, you know, streamer clips and go like, oh, let's go check this person out. See
you know, one thing that I can tell you that would be a huge opportunity, that would, I think, not only get me to use it, is if it had like automatic posting of clips that you make from your channel. Is that a feature?
So, I don't know about automatic, but something that I thought was really cool, right, is on the app. I'm going to just open it and make sure I don't have my volume up so that nothing comes up. We'll see how long it takes to actually get to what I want to get to. Okay, never mind, it's not working. But bad example. I was halfway through uploading a clip and it's not finished yet. So apparently, when you go to post, right? So for example, on TikTok, I do all my posting on TikTok from mobile. I don't know if you can do it from desktop or if people do it differently. I just post from mobile, right? So when you go to post on TikTok, it shows you all the videos and things that are on your camera roll and you post. With Hover, you can do that. You can say, yep, here's a clip from my device that I'm uploading from. So in my case, mobile. And I can access any video that's on my phone. They also have integration for PS4 and Xbox One. Not sure how that works, but they have integration with Twitch as well. And what that means is, if your Twitch account is linked, which it should be, because the whole point of Hover is, you know, people can come to your Twitch channel with one click of a button. If your Twitch channel's linked, you can click on it, and it will just pull up all the recent clips. And you can basically click on a clip, type out a description, and post it. So you don't have to go to the hassle of downloading it from somewhere, doing any editing to it.
That's actually huge.
The only thing is it's going to post your clips in a normal resolution. It's not going to edit them for like the mobile vertical resolution.
Okay.
But if that matters to you, you know, like for example, I posted some Jump King clips where the vertical resolution doesn't make sense because Jump King is a static screen with a guy jumping around. If I cut it to vertical, you're going to miss bits on either side. It doesn't work. So in some cases, it's kind of fine. The other thing I'd also say is that with Hover, the majority of the content appears to just be straight up ripped off from TikTok, to the point where people don't even bother getting rid of the little TikTok watermark. So all you're seeing is TikTok sounds, TikTok trends, just reposted to Hover, which is annoying. That annoys me a little bit because it's like, I understand you want to put the same content out everywhere, but like, at least
same clips on YouTube Shorts that you do on TikTok.
Yeah, but I change them based on which I'm posting on. Like for some, it's like, oh, I'm going to put music in this TikTok, but I'm not going to put it into YouTube because I don't want to get it dinged. And I also will make sure to remove the watermark if nothing else, because that little TikTok watermark that floats about on the screen, I don't know, it instantly irritates me. But yes, you can absolutely just have it linked to your Twitch account. So you get done streaming, you open up Hover, it already has all your clips there from the day. You just click on a clip, type out a description, post it. That's pretty nice. I assume the PS4 and Xbox integration is maybe similar. If you've got clips saved directly on your PlayStation, if there's a way of accessing it, I don't know. But it's kind of cool. And what I will say is that although Hover doesn't obviously have the same kind of audience size as something like TikTok or YouTube, it feels like there's some kind of decent interaction. I mean, I'm posting on there with no hashtags or anything. It's just literally, here's a clip, here's a little description, and here's the game category. And
yeah, I mean,
they're getting some interaction. It's not crazy views, 20, 30 views, but people are following. I'm getting notification this person came to your channel. They clicked through and came to Twitch. I think it's worth doing if you're already doing YouTube and TikTok.
You got to look at it this way too, is that it may not be on the scale of like, say, TikTok or YouTube or whatever, but if you think about TikTok, the percentage of people that you're actually trying to reach are the Twitch users, right?
Yeah.
So like the Twitch users for this massive platform are a tiny sliver.
Yeah.
And the idea of like the people are going to be using Hover, yeah, it might be other streamers, but if viewers do adopt it and they do use it as a way to find content, then you've basically already narrowed it down to your core audience that you're trying to chase anyway. Like you're not trying to compete with people who are just want to watch TikTok dance trends, you know, or people who just want to watch like, you know,
which I'm great at.
Whatever it may be, whatever the trend or theme may be, you know, like TikTok is for everything, you know, YouTube is for everything, but like we're trying to chase viewers for Twitch. So in that sense, yeah, it's kind of decent. And then I guess I would also say too, the biggest, I've spoken to a friend who's like a media marketing manager, and even just from like a sort of a common sense logical point of view, there is the biggest hurdle for posting on these other platforms is the fact that humans by design, and it's not it's a feature, not a fault. We like the easiest solution. We take the path of least resistance, whatever is simple. So if you're on TikTok and you're watching something, at best, somebody will hit the little heart to like it, you know, or give it a thumbs up. If it's on Facebook, maybe they'll bookmark it if they really think about it. But the likelihood of them leaving the platform they're on to get transferred to a second platform and then click again is so slim. Like the amount of click through for YouTube or for TikTok or for what have you, for people like going to your Instagram, seeing what it is, and then going to your website, or then going to your Etsy store, or then going to your, you know, Twitch, and then following you, is like so much smaller than just even the initial engagement. So it's like you have multiple hurdles. The first hurdle is getting seen. The second hurdle is getting them to engage. So just getting them to like, you know, the content that you posted on the platform they're on. And then after that, you're asking them to go a couple extra steps further by going somewhere else and sort of doing extra stuff. Yeah. People don't do that. And it is success. We have talked about how a road to eventual success with, you know, Twitch as a streaming platform, or even when, you know, Mixer was still here and you know, Cyber was on Mixer, it was the same thing. People would go to other platforms to do their promotions so that they could drive eyes back to their main content. But it's so hard for the click-throughs. People just don't do it. And I think, as Condi mentioned, if the integration is already there, if you're on Hover, you see the content and it'll take you there. If you can follow straight from there, then that cuts out half of the work. And that in of itself has been,
and if it's big enough, you know, TikTok will just integrate the same thing.
Well, yeah, I mean, the thing is, it's obviously, like you say, it's a much smaller user base, but it's a user base that's already interested in Twitch and interested in games, potentially, probably.
Yeah.
So
it's already pre-curated.
Exactly. It's kind of off topic as well, but like, obviously we know that like TikTok kind of blew up and became this huge cultural and like this ridiculous thing. And then YouTube Shorts came out, and then you've got Hover. Did you guys see that Netflix also has something like this now? It's called like
No.
Quick Laughs. It popped up on my Netflix the other day. It's called Quick Laughs, and it's just small clips from shows on Netflix that you can scroll through like TikTok. How insane is that? How crazy is that? That Netflix was like, we should do our own version of like a TikTok, and you just scroll through and you get clips from like Brooklyn Nine-Nine or whatever. How crazy is that?
I mean, it's smart. You're basically, it's essentially like a charcuterie board of comedy. You know,
Yeah.
like you're getting a sampler. You know, and of that, you'd say, "Ooh, I like that one. I'll come next time I come back. I'll get the full entree." You know, like
Yeah, this show looks
but-
like something I'd be interested in. I'll watch it.
exactly.
Yeah. it's
As
amazing.
someone asked in chat, Vul said, "Are you suggesting Twitch should make an official short clip scroll through?" And County replied, "Yeah." He had mentioned it before in previous
The
podcasts,
Twitch
and
app should be that.
yeah, there should be a dedicated section where you don't have to go out of your way, and if they can get an algorithm that can start like taking note of the channels that you like, and then basically create a Venn diagram. They already do that. For anyone who
Yeah.
streams on Twitch, if you go to your dashboard, you can always look at your channel analytics and see people who watch your channel also watch blank. Now, they may just be other friends of yours within your friend circle if you have other people who stream. And obviously, like, people who watch my channel watch Humps and watch Condi and watch Eve, and because there's a cross-pollination.
Yeah.
But there's other channels in there too. And really, that's a lot of what these algorithms are doing is based on the content that you engage in and that you like. You have to give a thumbs up, a heart, a check mark, whatever. It's basically creating a Venn diagram of people who do that for these videos also do it for these content creators, and then it starts showing that stuff to you that you haven't seen yet. If Twitch could start doing that, because clearly they already are tracking the overlap for channels, just start doing that in a format as it pertains to impressions on clips. That would be huge.
Yeah. So Hawk says in chat, instead of channel trailers, just have a few most watched clips. I wouldn't say instead of channel trailer, right? I think keep your channel trailer the way it is. I think that's fine for when someone lands on your page and you're offline. It's a good thing to have there. All I'm saying is, on the Twitch mobile app, they should have TikTok, except it's just Twitch clips. And you, as a streamer, when you go to your stream summary at the end of a day, right? You go to your stream summary and it says, here's your top clip of the day. There should be a button. Would you like to publish this into the clip feed? And you just click a button, bam, it goes off. Well, whatever they call it, right? Twitch Reels or Twitch, that's Instagram's thing, Reels, right? Whatever it is, put it into that. And then, yeah, basically just Hover is basically doing Twitch's job. Hover is that. What Twitch should do is just take over Hover and integrate it into their app. And then they've got a live section on the app, and they've got the Hover section on the app. And I think, honestly, the bigger that Hover gets, the more likely Twitch is going to take notice and either build a competitor on their own app or just, merge them. I don't know. But
Well, I mean, it is the season of buying shit.
which brings us
It's
to
true.
the next
That's
topic
our other
we had.
That segue. You like that segue?
It was very good. Very good.
So we
Practice in my
talked
head.
last episode about how Microsoft for $68.7 or $68.9 billion is acquiring Activision Blizzard.
All
That-
laundered anyway.
That is going to happen over the course of this coming year, and so it won't be finalized until 2023. But then just this past week, between this episode and last, it was announced that Sony specifically is picking up Bungie. So Bungie has been all over. I mean, Bungie has been under Microsoft. They're going to be under Sony. They will have been under Activision. They have said in their statement, and I quote, they linked back to their 2019 article where they separated from their partnership with Activision, claiming full content creation oversight for their franchise. They cited that in this newest announcement. That was from, what was his name? Pete Parsons, CEO of Bungie. So he says, in Sony, we found a partner who unconditionally supports us in all that we are and wants to accelerate our vision to create generation-spanning entertainment, all while preserving the creative independence that beats in Bungie's heart. So as far as Bungie is concerned, the angle that they're promoting is that they will still be who they are now. It's just going to allow them to have more creative freedom, presumably because they can work with other studios.
Dedicated servers.
But that would be cool. And it also says, they put out a call to arms, say that they're hiring. They're looking to ramp up production. And we know that Bungie has had stuff in development. We don't know to what degree, but that isn't Destiny related.
Yeah.
There is other content they're working on. So this might bring that to fruition sooner. As far as PlayStation's concerned, the head of PlayStation Studios said that they've been a fan of Bungie for many years. They've admired and enjoyed the games that they create, and they have respect for their skill in building worlds. I mean,
I just feel bad for those Xbox players that are going to get their Hawk Moons taken away. It's just such a shame.
Oh my goodness.
One thing that is it's a joke, but it's kind of a concern that some people have when they saw this is like, is this going to go back to first party exclusivity, a la the old console wars?
I mean, it might.
Are you going to see issues?
But nothing like that would happen for the first few years. It's going to take a while. There's a transition period for the buy, and then.
And I'm with Humps. I don't think it'll happen soon. And I actually don't think it'll probably happen at all. I don't, from an exclusivity standpoint.
Anyway. Well, have we seen like Call of Duty do console exclusives in the last couple of years? Because Call of Duty used to do exclusive shit for consoles, and Destiny used to do it. I feel like console exclusives are kind of dead now. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know, but
I think what we'll continue to see in the future is probably not console exclusive, but maybe limited time exclusives, and that is still kind of a thing where a game launches and it'll launch early for one platform versus another. Like, so you have to wait 4 months, until it comes out on the secondary platform. Or in the case of Bungie, when they were with Activision, there were skins, not skins, but armor pieces and bits of gear that you could only get as a PlayStation, like as a console player for PlayStation, and you couldn't get it for Xbox. So I think there might still be, you might see like cosmetics, you might see like stuff that isn't game breaking, but might like, they're chasing after people's wallet in terms of like, ooh, if I want this limited edition skin or this banner or whatever, like that's going to go for people from on my platform first, or exclusively. We might see that. I think crossplay though has like, the rise of crossplay is now putting a nail in the coffin for console wars.
Yeah.
And that's fucking great, honestly. Like, shout out to Rocket League for being one of the first to ever like really make the leap in terms of like making that happen and getting, because I think if they weren't the first, they were definitely at the forefront of getting Xbox and Sony on the same page for allowing people to play together. And I think now that we see it in crossplay being so widespread with PC games integrated with consoles, and now console happening as well, I don't think they'll have to worry about PlayStation keeping Bungie kind of corralled in only for their users. But yeah, I mean, this could be a good thing for Bungie if they can maintain their creative control, and it sounds like the narrative they're pushing is they are.
The thing that I guess would worry me if I was still like a regular Destiny player is like, it feels like just yesterday that Bungie was making this big deal about going independent and splitting off from Activision Blizzard, and I appreciate, given what we know now, that there might have been more motivation for them to get away from Activision Blizzard rather than just, we want to be independent. Maybe it was like, we just don't want to be with these guys anymore. But it does feel like, okay, I remember myself and a lot of other people were super hyped. We're like, hey, Bungie's independent. That means they have full control. They can do whatever they want. These other publishers are holding the game back, and they'll be able to do all this stuff. And it seems just a very quick to immediately jump into bed with Sony again. And I saw people being like, well, Sony now owns Halo. And it's like, how long have you been out of the industry? Like, how long have you been not paying attention? Like, Bungie hasn't owned Halo for such a long time. And, like, it's just...
I don't think Bungie's interested in Halo anymore. Like,
no, of course not.
Bungie's as interested in Halo as they are bringing, like, Marathon back as, like, a franchise. It's just, it's in the past. And Halo is its own thing with different people at the helm. Halo is moving to a live action, limited TV series. Like, Halo is on its own trajectory, separate from Bungie.
Well, Sony, I've heard that Sony's looking to potentially turn some Bungie IP into movies and TV series as well. That's a big part of their partnership with them, apparently, is working with like the pictures movies department. So
we had a Destiny 3-hour-long movie. Oh my god!
Would it be good? Would you be excited about that?
If it came out and it was like 3 hours or close to, yeah, because then you have enough time for like story development and shit. You don't have, it's not just some like quick story mission, basically. You know.
I think nowadays the ticket is like a limited series.
Yeah,
like do six to 8 1-hour episodes. And then, like, you put a few different, even from a development standpoint, that seems to be the trend now, where like when a lot of these miniseries come out, I mean, it almost doesn't matter what it is. If you look at if it's Amazon Prime or if it's Netflix or Hulu or Showtime or whomever, they almost always seem to put like anywhere from 2 to 3 directors behind it, and they direct them in installments. So like The Mandalorian will be directed by like Dave Filoni and Jon Favreau and like Taika Waititi and like a bunch of other people, and that way they can just pump them out, and it also streamlines the whole editing curve. So I think that if anything, Destiny deserves like a mini series, because there's no way that you could do all the establishing lore and all that stuff in just 3 hours. But I think it would be fantastic if they did it.
The thing is, there is so much lore in the Destiny universe that it could be done. You could have a whole movie about Eris Morn's origin and what happened to make her the way she is now
into a movie.
Yeah, I mean, there's clearly that's something that they're going to be investigating and looking into. So we might be in a world pretty soon where there's some kind of Destiny TV or movie media to watch, which will be interesting. But who knows? Video game movies and series
featuring
are very
The Rock,
hit and miss.
Yeah, World of Warcraft movie. How did that turn out?
Yeah, Uncharted coming out soon.
It's okay.
I'm a big fan of the Uncharted games, and I like Tom Holland. So,
have you seen him in anything other than Spider-Man?
Yeah.
What?
That movie with the tidal wave. What's it called? It's called the Impossible or something like that. But yeah, it's a movie where he's like, him and his family are on holiday, and there's a big tidal wave comes through, and they all get separated, and it's a big disaster. He was really good in it. So, haha. I don't know how the Uncharted movie is going to be, but I like the games a lot, so I'm willing to give it a try.
You think he was the right guy for it?
For young Nathan Drake, yeah, I think that's fine. I think it's fine.
I don't know if he is or isn't the right guy for it, because I'm not as familiar with the Uncharted franchise. But I will say that I know, having read some news articles, that he himself is a huge fan of the franchise, and he went out of his way. Like he actively really, really wanted the role. Like he wanted to be part of it. He wanted to be part of the production. He was one of those people who, like, for better or for worse, like Nicolas Cage, was a huge Ghost Rider fan, and he really, really, really wanted to be part of Ghost Rider, and like he got what he wanted.
He did.
For some people, that's a good thing, and that's a bad thing. But like I think Tom Holland, is a different kind of actor. Like, I mean, Nicolas Cage comes with kind of a, like, people are expecting, campy, kind of crazy, kooky, behavior. Tom Holland has set like sort of a different standard for himself. So it's like, it could be a really good thing because, for anyone who's chasing a project that they themselves are passionate about, that's to me, that's what you want.
Look at Henry Cavill in The
cares.
Witcher.
Yeah.
The difference that it makes that he's a fan of that series and that world.
Sure.
It makes a huge difference. So I'm hopeful for it. I'll go see it, but you never know. I'll watch any Destiny media that they make as well. I've invested too much time in my life playing Destiny to not
enough
watch the movie. Not enough. Oh my god. Do we have any other big things we wanted to touch on this week?
The only other thing, it's not even a big thing. The minor thing that we didn't have room for last week was Elgato released a foot pedal.
That's right. Yeah.
And in addition, for anyone who doesn't have the money or doesn't have the need to add new hardware to their streaming periphery, one thing that people can use that also came out that same week was if you have a Stream Deck, Discord officially partnered with Elgato to have a plugin where now you don't have to use any hotkeys or any sort of like janky workaround to allow your Stream Deck to toggle, deafen, or mute, or any other features that Discord had. Now there's official integration. So one of the coolest features is there's automatic channel joining and leaving. At a press of a button, you can have it set to join a specific voice channel on a server that you're a part of. So cool. Like, if I have a channel that is like kind of my hangout channel in Discord, it's for anyone in the community, and then I have a separate one for where I'm streaming, which is locked. And a lot of people have a locked channel for when they're live. I have two buttons. If I press one, it takes me to the tavern. If I press the other one, it takes me to the streaming room. And it's really nice. I mean, it's a minor luxury, but it's cool to have. There's all sorts of other little things you can do too. It uses webhooks, and the apps talk directly to each other so long as they're running at the same time. And what that means
is with Stream Decks. I know Stream Deck can sense Discord on a different PC. Does that work with that? So I can use my Stream Deck on my streaming PC because I run Discord on my gaming PC.
I don't know. You'd have to test. Possibly. I mean, it might. Like, I do the same. I do what you're doing with Spotify. I use Stream Deck on my game PC, but it adjusts all of the Spotify stuff on my stream PC. So the feature is possible. It might work for you. What's really nice about it though is I used to have an issue where at one point in Apex, every time I deafened, it would cancel a heal because of one of the hotkeys that I was using. I wasn't using like the F13 through 20 keys. I was using like Alt K bracket something, and like by when I would be like in the middle of healing and then I would like see something in chat and I didn't want to talk over my friends who I'm streaming with, I would hit the button and I'd be like fucking canceling my heal. Like, God damn it. Like, it was annoying. Now, the way that it works is there's no hotkeys. So literally, as the application is just telling the other application, hey, do this thing. So there shouldn't be any conflict either if you're gaming either with Windows or with any games that you're playing live in the background. So that's a cool feature. But the foot pedal is 3 pedals. There's a center button. There's a left and a right side button.
Brake, and clutch.
It is not super cheap, but one of the
know what a clutch is. Sorry.
Oh, Americans know what clutch is. Yeah,
I thought you guys just drove like big go-karts.
I drive a hot hatch.
It's got a go and a stop pedal.
I drive a hot hatch. Carry on, Gregory.
The cool thing about the pedal that I saw was Harris Heller put out a video where he gave it a minor review. Epos Fox also did a really nice review for it. If you have any questions, just go to YouTube and look either of them up. But Harris Heller's video was neat because it gave some really cool ideas for how you can use it beyond just muting. Most people to date typically would use a foot pedal to mute or deafen, when they're in a call. It's either one button or two buttons. This Elgato one has a left and a right and a center, and each of them also has like a different spring tension, and it ships with springs of different tensions, so you can set how far you have to push down until it activates. So you can make it like a hairline like a hair trigger activation, or you could make it so that you really have to stomp it like a guitar pedal to get it to work. However, the cool thing is Harris Heller's video had other ideas, because you don't have to use it. You can trigger anything, right? So like you don't have to use it to trigger Discord. You could use it to trigger scene transitions. One idea that he had that was kind of cool for some people who stream, they have like a standing desk setup. If you have a standing desk setup, you could use that, so that you're like walking around. And if you actually are not like right up on your desk, but like let's say maybe you're in the arts and maker category on Twitch, and you have a setup where like you're crafting something. Maybe you're painting miniatures. Maybe you're like in the maker section and you're do woodworking. Whatever it is, if you're doing a non-traditional Twitch stream, let's say that you're not really right up on a desk and you have a space where you need to be able to engage chat or switch scenes, but you don't have a keyboard within reach. Now you could have a pedal. What came to mind for me was there's a lady, Sunfire TV. She's a drummer. You could actually, she has like a wireless keyboard that she keeps nearby. But if like she's surrounded by a drum set, there's plenty of musicians on Twitch where like the physical confines of their space make it so that it's difficult to like have a computer around you. Imagine just being able to have a foot pedal where you can like, go to your close-up camera, or in the case of one example, Effigy JP is a friend of this channel. He plays guitar on stream. He has done some workarounds where he can like change his camera, like whether it's zoomed in on the fretboard, whether it's zoomed in on him, changes the lights in the room. If you're a musician and a guitarist, you could treat that foot pedal just like, again, a way to, basically have a stomp box for your stream, so you could be changing lights and you could be changing stuff on the fly. I think it's really cool. There are other pedals out there on the market, but so far no one's put out like a really nice high-end one. This is the first that I've seen of it. So I think that it could really, or people cooking. If you're cooking in the kitchen and you're over the stove and you have like a camera mounted above you, but you want to switch to a camera that's like off to the side so you can like have like a wide angle view, you have a little foot pedal. You just tap it and like you can change scenes. I think that's clever. So
I gotta say, I have just a cheap foot pedal from Amazon, but I love it. It's great. Like, and I just have mine, like you mentioned, for the most basic thing, which is like toggling mute off and on for my mic in Discord. But it is phenomenal. I use it all the time, constantly, because just being able to, okay, something's happening in chat. I don't want to talk over someone. I don't even have to take my hand off the mouse or keyboard. It's phenomenal. And, while I admit that, yes, the Elgato one, obviously has a bit more functionality. It's got more buttons and, it can link up with the Stream Deck and Discord and whatnot. Even if you can't afford the Elgato one, because it's obviously got that Elgato price tag on it, right? You can get something very similar on Amazon for a lot less money, and you have to do a couple extra steps. You'd have to go in and set up hotkeys, and do it. But you can do everything with, probably $20 on a foot pedal from Amazon. But you will have to do, obviously, extra steps. It's not going to be as good quality, whatever. But yeah, like I say, mine was so cheap on Amazon, and I use it all day, every day. I can't believe for years I would sit at this desk and play games and stream and not use a foot pedal. I can't imagine. It's one of those things like the Stream Deck that now I have it, I can't imagine not having it anymore. It's crazy. But yeah, really cool. And Elgato, I mean, I don't know what they're going to do next. They always surprise me. I did not see a foot pedal coming.
Well, they're starting to hit the sort of the ceiling for hardware, right? Like do they have a camera yet?
Yeah, the Elgato Stream Cam. That was one of the that was new.
So
recently.
So they have the cam, the wave. They have the wave
Butt
microphone.
pedals.
They have the
That's
cam.
next.
Butt pedals.
Yeah, and then like you have like different levels. Like you have regular butt pedals where like you just clench each butt
Oh,
cheek to
clench.
activate.
So clench is separate than flinch.
Yeah.
I
There's
So you can
shifts where you
activate
shift your weight.
one or both of them at the same time, and then like the advanced version, it's a little more invasive, but you have a little bit more control.
it's interesting because, like you mentioned, obviously Elgato's they've got their microphones, cameras, lights, green screens, capture cards, foot pedals. They're basically looking at every single tiny little corner of the streamer market and
I think
making
they
a
have
product for it.
Sound.
Yeah, they've got sound dampening as
foam.
well.
Yeah.
And it's obviously good quality because Elgato's known for having good quality stuff, but it's expensive because of that. And there's certain things, both my capture cards, 'cause I have 2 capture cards, both are Elgatos, both are phenomenal, right? I wouldn't change them. I think they're great. The Stream Deck, amazing product. Couldn't live without it. But things like the foam, like again, I can get something that does the same thing on Amazon for half the price, probably less than half the price.
We're just in the neighborhood, bro.
Yeah, right. Key lighting, the Amazon key lights, the Elgato key lights look phenomenal, probably, but I have a cheap ring light that works fine and it costs me a fraction. There's bits and pieces that I wouldn't necessarily say you would go with the Elgato. Yeah, right. Exactly.
That's
exactly.
what I used to use.
Bro, like, look, I literally just have this ring light sitting here, and it works perfectly fine. But
I will say,
I think
having just fucked around while you were talking, I like being able to change the brightness and the color temperature of my light without having to fucking move.
Yeah,
it is.
I get that.
It is
I get
nice.
that.
It's a nice to have, but it isn't a need to have.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
And that's the point.
For the lights, particularly, I think the foam pads, it's like, really, what's the difference? For the lights, I admit that, yes, there's extra things there that make it nice. But, yeah, I mean, realistically, you could live without those extra features. But, yeah, I don't know what they do next. I think if I had to bet what their next product would be, it would be something to do with IRL streaming. Like, how the streamers have, where they talk about the IRL backpack, where it's like the backpack with the extra batteries and all that shit in it. I would think maybe Elgato's working on some kind of mobile streaming device that would work for IRL streams.
So you don't think the butt pedal's next?
If I had to put money on it, Hums, I'd go with the butt pedal probably being after.
Okay.
It's definitely in the works.
Interesting take.
It's in R&D. It's in R&D.
To be fair, it's an interesting take.
You know what they
Obviously,
haven't tackled?
Uneducated opinion on that one, but okay.
They haven't tackled catheters.
So
Because
gaming catheters, right?
Gaming catheters.
That's the next merch. That's the next Zero Strat merch. Zero Strategy catheters.
Yeah, we are actually. Yeah, we've actually been working on that as well.
Gaming sessions when you just don't want to fucking get up.
For day 1 raids, baby.
Day 1 rating. We can have our super sweet Zero Strat logo all the way down the piping.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, and we can like, dude, I'm telling you.
Imagine the advertisement that we could do.
Yeah, obviously.
We're not just taking the piss anymore. Like.
Yeah.
Dude.
Zero Strategy.
Yeah, this is great.
Stop taking the piss. That would be our, yeah.
No, start taking the piss.
Start taking the piss. Yeah.
Yeah, because
that works better. That's way better.
On that little collection bag, it'll be like, Zero Strategy. We'll take your piss. We'll start taking the piss.
I love it. Well, if Elgato doesn't beat us to it, we got to get on that. We got to get that into the workshop immediately.
We're gonna have to think of a different slogan for the colostomy bags, but that'll.
We'll
get there. We'll get there.
Yeah, we'll sleep on it. We'll come up with something. Well, I think that about does it. Grog, where can everyone find you on the internet? And what have you got coming up this week?
Folks can find me over at Twitch at twitch.tv/grogmode. I stream 4 days a week, and I think starting this coming weekend, Lauren will be back. My wife. Will be doing it again. She December was just a shit show, and we took off because of that. There's just so much going on with the holidays. January, we've just had one thing after the other come up. And she wasn't able to stream yesterday because she has a full sleeve that she's gotten done on her. She did a 5-hour sitting yesterday She already had the inside of each of her forearms done, but she's getting the whole outside done. So this is a sleeve from her wrist up to her shoulder. She's gonna go back in a month for like the second, probably like another 5-hour sitting. But it looks sick. But yeah, probably this weekend we'll be back and doing our weekend co-stream on Saturdays. This weekend, not this weekend, this coming week is season 12 of Apex. So I'm probably going to be hitting Apex kind of hard. That should be a lot of fun. And yeah, pictures are in Discord, Hawk, if you're in my Discord. You can find me on Twitter and other social media platforms at gamer_grog. What about you, Humps?
Oh, we doing the same thing we do every day. You know what I'm saying? Monday through Friday, Destiny 2 action. We talking PvP, trials, maybe a little bit of comp, maybe even a little bit of PvE. Been dipping my toes in that. Been dipping my toes into it. We've been doing, did a Master Lost Sector the other day. Just one. But, we did it. We did it. And that's the thing. You know what I mean? You can find me everywhere that Sir Humps is available. Except for Twitter, add an underscore at the end of it if you really want to check me out on Twitter. TikTok, we're hot there. YouTube getting hotter. You know what I'm saying?
If it is the nexus. His TikTok is the nexus of sous vide videos and Destiny.
Yes.
So if you have any need of how to boil meats in a bag, he's your guy.
Hit me up. And then when you waiting for your meat to boil, you can watch me snipe and get teabagged constantly. Oh, look for stuff. I'm just saying you want to follow this guy. That's all I'm saying. You want to follow this guy. You need to be in the space. You need to watch because the shit's about to happen. I tell you what. Condi.
What? I tell you what.
Tell them where they can find you.
Thank you, guys. You can find me everywhere at CondiFly, Twitch, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, and Hover now as well, apparently. I'm going to be streaming again. I want to do kind of long hours all this week again because I've been really enjoying it, and it's helping me keep my mind off the crushing sadness of the nicotine withdrawals. But it would help me out a lot if you'd maybe consider going and watching my latest YouTube post. I spent most of yesterday working on it. I think it's really funny. It's how I beat the hardest video game in the world, because I am a gamer, undeniably now, and I will not tolerate anybody saying otherwise unless they've beaten my time on Jump King. More importantly, check out the podcast if you've enjoyed this and maybe got some value out of it. We have all of our old episodes up on YouTube and Spotify. You can find them there. If you are listening on one of the audio platforms, we do this live on Twitch, twitch.tv/ZeroStrategyPodcast. The links for everything will be down in the description. We are going to go and raid somebody, so please stick around for that. And we will see you guys next week. Thank you very much. Take it easy, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Hey.